Slapped.
That's what I worked on yesterday.
That intro slapped.
Thanks to you, chat. This is my job now. I got to
stare
stare at Sydney Sweeney boobs and judge whether or not they were good enough for my chat.
For your life again.
For those who might have missed it or forgot, at one point in the Grift Week, one of the goals was a new intro or a Sydney Sweeney outro, and somehow that won 80-20 in the poll. I have no idea how. So that'll be the outro. We'll probably won't do it every time as the new outro. You know, you gotta, absence makes the wiener grow harder. So we will maybe save it for special occasions, but today we're getting an intro and an outro with it. Patrick, how you doing?
Truth. I'm doing fantastic now. That got me off to a roaring start. I like it. I like it a lot. You really delivered.
Puts a pep in your step, you know?
Black Cat.
Wait. I had no idea where I put it, but I clicked on the exact one perfectly. Sure. The Bugle Daily out here doing the Lord's work. Badger,
how are you? How are you, Erwin?
That's my chance. Flashpoint Beyond. Flashpoint Beyond is so good. You should all read it. I'll talk about it later. But bam, tax deducted.
Tax deductions.
And, Price will be with us as soon as he remembers he streams on Thursdays.
That's fine. He even got remembered by Justin, who was busting his balls about never being here. And yet, hey, hope everything's all right. He'll show
Lady up Aaron D here
5 minutes before we're ending. Hi, Lady Aaron D.
Hey, I appreciate the thought and the effort whenever he happens to show up. And we're going to give him a hard time, and then he's going to feel really bad about it. And then I'm going to feel bad that we actually made him feel bad about it when I'm just giving him a hard time. It's a vicious cycle. But the abuse will continue until the timeliness improves. So we have a lot to talk about today, thankfully, Badger, because open bar's not happening today. So we're gonna go a little extra, so that way you guys got a little something to fill that void. Dang it! We can't make fun of him any longer. Price has arisen. Price, how you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. The fact that you have to ask that at the beginning concerns me. Are you currently sprinting home? Are you at home?
No. I had some technical difficulties, but hopefully, I think I made it in time, right?
I was working on transitioning from the intros to the first one, so you made it just in time for intros. So well done. I'm not gonna have to write you up, but just know I'm watching. Price, you seen any terrible movies tomorrow, or any extra early previews you already saw?
No, I've been a bit busy, so I'm trying to think if I saw anything that's new or coming up. I had a few opportunities, but I didn't get a chance.
Did you see Minecraft?
No, I didn't see it.
Darn.
Wait, you see all the hot garbage and you don't go to see the actual, hot garbage?
It was the big kahuna, but I just had, I have people visiting, family and things like that. And it's a tough sell. I couldn't sell them on the Minecraft movie. You know?
One of you can bring the chicken. One of you can bring a bunch of popcorn.
Yeah, wait for it. There's the chicken.
Yeah, you don't want to know what they
Where
do to
is this? Who's watching
America?
this?
America?
Is that going on now? Like, are people really enjoying this movie?
It's a viral sensation of chicken jockey. Price.
Define enjoy as well while you're at it, because they are certainly enjoying it. It's making lots of money.
Is it like blow up chickens or real chickens?
Price, you must have family over. You're not familiar with this viral trend because you should be monetizing and grifting it on the Twitter.
Are you not on the TikTok?
Oh, brother. During the chicken jockey scene, TikTok has made it go viral. So people are showing up to theaters and filming themselves losing their shit and screaming chicken jockey and throwing popcorn everywhere and making it a living hell for theater workers.
Justin knows chicken jockey. You're not up to date with the chicken jockey meme?
Chicken jockey.
Okay, I am writing him up now. I changed my mind.
All right, sorry. I really have been very busy. It's been a very busy week for me.
You're missing out on some engagement.
Really, the fact that I'm here on this stream, this is one of my only appearances. Like, I really haven't been looking on Twitter, haven't been looking online, haven't been looking on YouTube.
Bro, you gotta take your family to Minecraft.
Well, no, actually, no. He's taking a break from the brain rot, and obviously we're jokingly doing this, but actually it is really good that he is taking a break from the brain rot, especially since he has to go. Like I see the terrible crap that no one wants to see, and then the leftovers that even I don't see. That's what Price goes and sees.
Right,
So.
right. No, it's uncharacteristic of me. I should have gone to watch it, but I just didn't have time. It's a rare occasion that I didn't have time for this.
You probably lucked out, dude. By all accounts, it's one of those like, remember American Idol when people were voting for the bad singer, the Sureshes or whatever the honk. This is like people know it's bad, but they're going anyway to do the viral chicken jockey thing on TikTok.
That's
but
so dumb. You
like
know,
it.
listen, I'm happy for theaters that if at least people are buying tickets, maybe they're making money. But this looks like such a crappy movie.
The prequel.
So I'm hearing the peer pressure is not working. Price, if all your friends jumped off of a bridge with only a pail of water to try to land in the water, would you jump with them?
Of course.
Well, all the cool kids are doing it, so obviously
everyone
yes.
knows you throw the bucket first, so it breaks the surface of the water, and then you don't break your legs. All right. God.
Bam, Minecraft. And they do it. They land in water. And it's
Did
like,
you guys
hey,
watch Minecraft,
good...
by the way? You went.
I haven't grifted it yet. I really have no desire to see it.
It looks so bad. You saw it, or when you saw it?
Yeah, and like I said, it is atrocious, but like I just seen like Snow White, I just binged like Velma and Miss Marvel and stuff like that. So I had seen like The Dreg. So for me, it was better than that, but like by half a point.
I see. It looked so bad in the commercials, like in the trailers.
That's why the memes
I'm just
started.
surprised that it did well. It looked like the kind of movie that would bomb because it looked so bad, and somehow, for some unexplainable reason, it became like a
the
box
question
office
is,
hit.
Will it be super popular, make lots of money, or will it be absolutely terrible? And the answer was both.
Did it only make money because of the TikTok thing? I also am not.
No, it can't be only. It's also brand awareness. Minecraft is fucking 2 decades, and it's in the zeitgeist.
My nephew wanted to see it just because he was a Minecraft enjoyer, but then he also knew about the memes. But he was more interested in that. His friends were interested. He said none of his friends had seen it yet. So I think if it keeps going, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna have legs because there's a lot of kids who are interested and know about it, or just are interested in general.
I'm going to say something very controversial. Even Minecraft, like the actual game, always seemed dumb to me. I think maybe, I tried it once and it just seemed really stupid and I didn't know what I was doing there and I left.
Yeah.
I haven't played it either. Badger, have you done any Minecrafting?
Yeah. Minecraft is for super visually autistic people to make impressive fucking creations. Like that's, and you've seen the impressive things that can be built.
I bet Tech Rat's played Minecraft.
He sure has.
Oh my God, has he?
Yes.
Well, the announcement is, I think here in like a month or so, I forget, ABF was discussing it. We're going to start a GCA Minecraft server. So I'm going to be playing Minecraft for the first time.
Believe he said it wasn't horrible. See, that's the thing.
Oh, that's like, Tech Rat.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is it's a lot of like, our people, our film critics, they like to just go straight to the 2 out of 10. But I'm like, it is terrible in many ways, but there are other ways where like visually a lot of it looks good. There's a couple like chase scenes that are kind of fun. Some jokes that actually do land, but more jokes that you laugh at because you're like, oh my God, this is so terrible.
Yeah. There are certain games that are considered classics and I don't really like them. Minecraft is just not my scene. Another one like SimCity. I knew people that were like, "Isn't it great? It's like you have your own world that you're in charge of." I'm like, I couldn't care less. Like the same. I feel the same way about like Tamagotchi. Was there such a thing in one point?
Tamagotchi. All right,
Tamagotchi. My nano pet out your goddamn.
Tamagotchi is the Tamagotchi where you can have your own little pocket-sized gooch.
Price. When Mr. Tech Rat and I were children, he was like, "Hey, we're getting a dog." You're getting a dog? Yeah. And then they went to go get the dog. When they came back, I was like, "So where's the dog?" And he pulled out a little Tamagotchi fucking nano pet. This is the dog. You can feed him.
Speaking of autism, SimCity traffic design is the bomb. Yeah, I think this is what a certain audience enjoys things like Minecraft and SimCity.
When I was a kid, I think there was some girl and we, in whatever class or whatever it is, and she showed me that she had like a Tamagotchi or whatever that is.
Gotcha. Mine was named Gizmo.
And I thought it was
oh my God.
stupid. I thought it was so stupid. I had no respect for this girl anymore.
Oh, you were no fun. I just was mad that I thought it was a real dog, but it's a fun idea. It's a busybody toy.
Probably sounds like one of those crazy millennial bitches with 3 kids talking about how, all right, so you better be making like 150K or I ain't gonna date you. You better not be handling no mother Tamagotchis or what it is. I ain't gonna be dating your Tamagotchi ass. But honestly,
I hope whoever I go out with, I hope she drives a Lamborghini, or I hope she owns a Lamborghini and she doesn't like to drive it.
Yes. So you're willing, like you're down with the sugar mama? What if she's like 30 years older than you at price? And then are you cool with the Lambo?
How about if she's like 20 years younger than me and she owns
Wait, how old are you? Wait, how old are you, Bryce?
All right, 10 years.
Thank you, Bryce.
10 years younger.
Could have gotten real weird real fast.
Moving on. All right.
Yeah, you'd be popping hips out.
All right, Yo Pops. Shout out to Yo Pops. Such a great time to transition into Asia. The China Film Administration confirms they will reduce their import of U.S. films in the wake of Trump's tariffs. So essentially, we were thinking they weren't going to be letting American movies in, or they'd be putting a big old tariff. And it looks like that is actually going to be happening. Disney most affected. If Avatar 3 can't get into China, that is going to lose Disney some money.
That's basically Alan Ng, obviously from Film Threat, posted those numbers. Yeah, Avatar is the biggest one affected.
Right, that's the only real risk here. Aside from that, like it's all kind of small potatoes, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it just proves, China needs us more than we need them in many ways. And then one of the problems isn't just the wokeness, like in video games, it's not just the wokeness, it's the corporatism in Hollywood. And part of the problem with their corporatism is they were selling everything out to China. So this might help undo a little bit of that if they don't have the incentive for the Chinese market to make everything all common.
Yeah, plus that
they were kissing their ass. They were kissing their ass nonstop with all that shit. 25. And it was for pennies on the dollar, apparently.
And they've stopped letting a lot of movies in as it is. And now that they've actually got a movie industry, and now they've started to export movies. That whatever that kids movie that allegedly made $1 billion in a week, allegedly, like even that like came to our theaters and whatnot. So honestly, it's probably better. Just like it's tariff pains. It's gonna hurt short term, but long term, it's probably better for both parties.
I wonder if that movie really made $1.6 billion. I feel like in China, they just like get up one day and like the Ministry of Movies just says, "Hey, you know how much this movie made? It made $1.6 billion," and then like everybody like claps, and like behind the people clapping, there's like armed. There's like armed guards or something, and they're all like clapping. It made him, well, yes, it weighed 1.6 billion, and they're all really happy. I don't have any way to really figure out how much it really made.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. And like I was just talking is now they have like they're working on having their own industries, so it would make sense that they would overblow it to look bigger, similar to what they did with that new AI that was supposed to a revolutionary, supposed to replace ChatGPT and destroys, stock markets and companies. And then, maybe it's not as good and open as we said it was. So yeah, they love manipulating markets and whatnot like that. So lying about a movie, I mean, our Western companies lie about their movies and how much they make, and how much they cost.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
if
the commies are going to
Western ones. And just so you know, I'm going to say something, and it's going to seem controversial, but at the same time, there's some truth behind it. In China, part of their culture, and I'm not saying this is like as a mean like istophobe or anything. I'm saying this really honestly, that within their culture, lying or misrepresenting things or not telling the truth, it's not the same as in our culture. I mean, there's enough people that do it here that like lie and don't tell the truth. But I'm saying like in China, there's it's more accepted. It's like there are certain situations that people know that they're not telling the truth. Like everybody knows that they're not being honest. And it's like they all kind of nod to each other.
We know they're lying. They know we know they're lying.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like everybody knows, but they do it anyways, and it's a whole cultural thing. I once said this in a class.
I need some popcorn. All right, make it quick, Price, and then we're going to goose jockey.
Okay, make it quick. I was once in a class where I said this to like a professor, and him and the students and everybody got really offended. but I stood my ground because I said like it really is a part of their culture. Like they like lying to each other. But yeah, that's it. I'm done now.
I changed my mind.
Where's
I don't
my
want to throw.
chicken?
I don't want to throw tortilla chips all over my carpet. I changed my mind.
I'm in a harness.
I tried.
Hey,
Good
Gooch.
jockey. Are all the kids riding each other's shoulders?
They're being some sort of jockey, that's for sure. I can't really say. Yeah.
How you doing, Gooch?
I'm
Gooch.
just taking a break between, the
Dodging knees.
firing on the lines. So I'm just like hiding in my foxhole. So
Getting some R&R.
yeah.
We're like the big titty ladies, bringing morale to the troops too for you.
Yes. Basically, that's what you are right now.
What if I told you Devil May Cry has already been renewed for season 2? How do you like that, Gooch? Does that raise your morale?
I saw that.
Look, his hands started twitching. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't wait to find out Leon's take on it. I bet he loves it.
Oh boy. Yeah, people are really upset about that. I'm like,
Prison. He's at prison.
yeah.
He's not at school. Why would you think he was at school? That's just crazy, Lady Andy. He's in prison right now.
Yeah. This is a prison.
Look at the hairstyle. Look at the dimples, ladies. Oh.
Stop it! You know what you're doing.
How does he get that hair? God, I wish I had half of it.
It's just
You know what you're doing, you son of a bitch.
Gooch, did you watch Lazarus yet? Did you get sad and watch Lazarus?
I can't find it anywhere.
It's on Max, you crazy.
I'm in Canada.
Canada.
Are you not allowed to have Max in Canada?
We're not allowed to have a lot of things in Canada.
Like freedom, being allowed to live. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to ask permission to breathe. Like, yeah.
Am I allowed to say that name of that anime, Tomak? All right. Are you going to watch Black Mirror Season 7? IGN gave it an IGN out of 10. The first 3 episodes are about whammons.
Oh.
We liked that scene we watched yesterday that got me globally blocked, even though they had it available for sharing, the sons of bitches.
I hate them too. Yes. And that's the only one I'm interested in. It's an hour and a half long, Badger. Like the sequel to the Star Trekky one is 90 minutes. Almost all of them are over an hour. I was like, I'll knock one out before the stream like a professional. Mm-hmm. I do not have time. And so the cringe.
That's a movie.
Episode 2 and 3, like the thumbnail. Moratorium.
Yeah.
And then like 60 minutes of moratorium. Like I can do like a 15 minutes Love, Death, and Robots with some moratorium. You know, actually no, I can't. I have a secret level shot. I can't do. But I'm
moratorium here.
I'm a little worried. Like Gooch, I think I might watch the one Star Trek episode and nothing else. Price, you like to watch the things all of us refuse to, even me. Are you going to watch Black Mirror Season 7?
Well, that's the thing. I've told you before that I've only watched a few episodes of Black Mirror to date.
Oh.
And I somehow never really, I saw it.
I'd avoid it. I'd probably avoid it.
I didn't love it. I know
avoid
some
it.
people love that show. I saw some of the early episodes and then a few later ones, mainly because I was at friends' house and, they were watching it. And I just didn't see what the big deal about it was. Maybe I didn't watch episodes that got me hooked on it. I don't really know. But it's fine if you like it. It's just really hasn't really spoken to me.
I used to like it, and it no longer speaks to me.
I don't like it.
Gooch is like Adam Levine with his hair. You know what I mean? Did you see his hair? He's like the guy from Maroon 5.
Canadian with a Mountie just came in like, what are you doing?
How does he do that thing? The wavy thing.
He has hair. I don't know how he does it either.
He left a speed mirage.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh
no! I knew Badger was going to switch it. He gets social anxiety when he can't hold Gooch's hand.
That's true.
Similar to Pedro Pascal. So we've got new Entertainment Weekly stuff, and in this, and in a picture. Sorry, we just missed it. Holding hands, and then I think here. Let me.
Only gay guys hold hands with their women.
Oh my. Okay, no, there's hand holding in this one, but it's different person holding hands.
Whoopsie.
And then, what? Gooch, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
No, I just wanted to pop in and say a quick hello to the guys or to you guys, and help me. Really, I need to get
We're gonna get you soon.
Where are you,
Save
Gooch?
Gooch
It's not
2025.
safe.
He's in
He's
prison.
in
Not safe.
prison. You need
Where
to
is
watch
he really?
Lazarus. Lazarus, he breaks
Good
out of
work.
prison in that first episode. Maybe you could try. Can you
I'm
do
in hell. I'm in hell.
Can you do a double backflip 720 to like a leg sweep?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, then yeah, just watch Lazarus. You'll be able to get out
Where
of
is
there.
he? Is that like a hospital? Where are you at?
No, he's in prison. Why won't you listen to me?
No,
can
really,
say that.
where is he?
Take the hit price.
No, we need to gaslight him, and then eventually we'll tell him he's in a school, but then he won't believe us and still thinking maybe he's in a prison.
All right,
Because he
I
is
gotta
in a
go.
prison.
Yeah,
I'll
go
see
back
you
for the
guys-
guards.
I'll see
Check
you
on
guys
you.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Nothing but
Bye,
love.
Gooch
Take-
Jockey. I'm glad I didn't throw all those tortilla chip crumbs all over my carpet because of Gooch. I love him, but all right.
He'll
So
get out one day. Yeah.
all right. So I think was I pulling it up? Let me see if I can find the hand holding. Oh, was it not that one? I wonder where the hell I saw it. Okay, well then I saw a picture somewhere where they're also holding hands. So
Yeah.
we saw on the red carpet where he like nervously has to hold hands. Do you think that was just happened and then they like wrote it in because they couldn't get Pedro to stop holding her hand?
Yeah. I mean, they're also, it's fine. I'd like to see Mr. Fantastic and Sue be, loving and all that. But yeah. She's
Well,
gonna
we
be
get-
the-
We do get to see more because we got some exclusive stuff here from Entertainment Weekly, and then we'll go through some of the other photos. There's lots of information about it, and it is oh my god, ABF. And it's the most like propaganda thing I've ever read. I got like halfway through it, and I'm like, we are not reading any of this in propaganda. Oh my god. But we have lots of pictures, and man, that Pedro Pascal, but don't worry, we'll be talking about Pedro Pascal later. You'll never believe it. He's in another movie that just got announced. Hey guys.
Give me the cash.
Been here long?
Yeah, long enough. Come on, give me the cash.
Like it's like how ABF just is constantly in every single clip, Pedro Pascal managed to show up there. I rather see ABF everywhere.
Oh, great.
I hadn't seen that one in a while. I love that one.
This one
Oh.
too. You don't miss.
I love Go.
Ah.
Shout out, thank you, ABF. Here in
You love
like
the chosen one.
10-ish days, we'll be getting paid by YouTube's. Get all that sweet, sweet Grift Week money. No, you are the good Pedro Pascal. That's what I'm saying. Is I want to see you in everything. Honestly, I wanted to. Yeah, the next ABF clip just needs to be Pedro Pascal and like all of his most famous roles, but I just put ABS face on all of them.
Bro,
I'm writing that one down.
The first time Mandalorian takes his helmet off at the end of the first season, but it's the ABF face.
I'm doing it.
Yes,
ABF,
Brilliant.
ABF Pascal.
bro.
All right.
Let me look on you with my own eyes. And Luke takes the fucking helmet off and it's the ABF face. Come on. And you got to put the little scar, the little Vader scar on the ABF helmet. Okay.
I have another suggestion. All these things with Pedro
Let's hear
Pascal that you replace with ABF, it has to have that annoying little mustache.
Yes, that's one could say sex symbol mustache, others could say pedo mustache, but a sex symbol mustache when it's on ABF.
Cast it into the fire.
Not so much on
And then you look
Pedro.
down and this
It
little
seems like he
ABF.
refuses to do anything without that strange mustache. Even when it's like a character that historically doesn't even look like that, he's like, nope, need that mustache.
A character that doesn't historically look like that? Well, you're in luck. We have one of these right here. Welcome to
who's
the
holding their hand now.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, oh, Pedro must be so sad right now that he's not holding hands.
By the
All
way,
right,
he's
so-
just a thumb away from woo.
Butt stuff?
Just saying. Well, look where his hand was. He was just a thumb move away from.
Yeah.
Careful,
Weirdo.
Wait, I think Last of Us 2, isn't that like just about to come out? Let's see. All right. Absolute just propaganda. It hurt me to read. Oh my God. They start talking about Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and stuff. Here we go. Oh, this was it. This is the other one, them holding hands. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're married.
I know, but like the two pieces of marketing propaganda and they're holding hands in it. They really. And,
He stopped short.
okay. And that's and actually, yeah, you're right. I am cool with it, but my thought is, I don't think they originally wrote it. I think Bella Ramsey and his co-stars need to have a sit down with him and explain that he might also be a retard.
Crypto exists, even though Crypto exists in the comics. Crypto's not in the movie because he exists in the comics. He's in the comics because James Gunn adopted a dog and he wanted Crypto. Same like this. Yeah, they should be holding hands because they're married, but I don't think they're holding hands because they're married in that scene. They're holding it because Pedro has that shit and he put it into the character.
Yeah, that was my thought. So yeah, it's kind of his thing. Tomac, 1,000 apologies. I definitely missed this one. I also did not understand it. Shout out to the chronic math debater. Always finds the right questions. I'm not sure what's happening there, but I enjoyed it and I supported. Shout out to him. For
Debaters.
For DMC season 2, already get rid of it. Shankar tipped us that he was working on that about 4 years ago. Yeah, apparently all the lockdown stuff. This was probably supposed to come out a long time ago, but all the lockdown stuff made it, 4 years?
Based on his George Bush W shit and American Idiot at the end, I would imagine it was supposed to come out quite some time ago.
That was my exact thought when I heard that. So yeah, Tomac, if you didn't know that, so you're like, oh, we waited forever for that, so we're gonna have to wait forever again. Probably not as long. Also, they renewed after like 1 season, so presumably he's gonna have the money to do it. So you probably actually won't have to wait that long. And Tomac, big DMC fan, thanks to him, I own all the Devil May Cry games now. Looking forward to playing 5 here shortly. He enjoyed it for the most part, even though there was lots of lore problems and what have you. Hayden,
James
very picky about his anime.
We would be having Super Pussy because that exists too. Kara has a Super Pussy. You heard it here, folks. Here it is.
Yeah, well, it's going to be in Supergirl for sure. Yeah, no, and they're going hard on the DC Super Pets and whatnot too. Oh, that's actually really good because we're going to talk about comic books and how DC original comics didn't make it in the top 10 at all because DC is absolute dog shit.
You see me in real life. You're going to see me in real life. You leave my 5'9"ness alone. Gigantic.
Hey, that's perfectly adequate. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, more pictures. Let's see if you guys think this.
They should make a movie with Pedro Pascal and Rachel Zegler.
No, it was someone. It was Pedro and Brie Larson, and I think Chris Evans or something have a movie coming out or recently came out. All right, outside of superhero-ness, out of the costumes and what have you. They're like, oh, we didn't just try to cast the perfect, like, Reed Richards and this and that. We tried to cast the perfect family. And I think we cast the perfect family. Looking at this, do you feel like they cast the perfect family?
No. I feel like the more I see anything regarding this movie, the more I don't like it. I'm still going to give it a chance. As a moviegoer, I it's not that I want movies to be bad. I'm still going to give it a chance. It looks like, and I've heard other people say this. I'm not really inventing the wheel. There are certain things that look like there's a certain aesthetic and style and visual style to it that maybe
retrofuturist. That's what the whole article is about. It's retrofuturist, guys, which I actually like.
Right.
They lean into like propaganda, like
right. The thing is that the visual style of it is not really my concern here. My concern is more if this movie is going to be a Fantastic Four movie or it's going to be one of those stupid Disney propaganda movies. And until now, there's nothing that's given me the feeling that this is a Fantastic Four movie.
Badger, any thoughts?
Like I said, when Robert Meyer Burnett and Chris Gore, who saw the shit, are like, we don't like it. It doesn't jive with us. They did not sell. The verisimilitude isn't there. You didn't sell the retro futuristic alternate Earth to them. And really what it sounded like, just reading between the lines, is yet again, we got a Fantastic Four that does not have the charisma that a Fantastic Four should have. The interplay and
they cast for the perfect movies. Family though, Badger, and if they did it right, they'll be the first to turn Fantastic Four into a successful IP, according to Entertainment Weekly's propaganda they were paid to write. This do anything for you? I keep forgetting about this. He's mostly just gonna be doing voice, I assume, or do you think they costume him up?
No, he was on set in a practical costume, and then they have CGI for like the seams and the facial stuff.
Well, no, I like that. Getting him on there instead of just having him do the voice.
But I don't like his voice because
I don't like his voice.
Thing should have a very heavy accent, be much deeper.
Yes.
Remember, it was just normal.
I forgot about Brooklyn accent gate. Yes,
I feel like a broken record. I would have gladly taken the original cast from that first Jessica Alba movie.
Yes.
Put them here. just make a sequel or whatever movies and just do a really good movie with them. There was never a problem with that cast. Even Michael Chiklis today is old, but you could do the same thing they did, the mocap and the voice. He does
still looks good. He looks better
and the
than
voice
Pedro
is
right
good.
now.
Michael
Yes.
Chiklis did the voice correctly, so I think there was something to work with. Had they not killed, sorry, spoiler, Johnny, in Deadpool and Wolverine,
but they didn't, because that was a fucking. So you could just say that was a version of him that looked like, but not him. And they're literally bringing everyone back. They're bringing the Fox X-Men back to fight in fucking the Doomsday. They could literally have just said, "This is the Fantastic Four."
Exactly.
Them.
Just this is the Fantastic Four. Just Kevin Feige is so annoying. And the thing is, if at least he would have hired, let's say, this youthful young cast, he has a whole reimagining, a whole new vision for it. But instead, he took actors like Pedro Pascal. He's about the same age as Ion Grufford or whatever his name is. So why even bother with all this? This fucking sucks.
And I don't believe that he's smart as an actor. He's a himbo. So I don't believe he's not the smartest man in the multiverse.
Not a lot going on behind those eyeballs.
No,
RDJ, Cumberbatch, they can pull it off. Not so much here. Right?
Badger, you know what it reminds me of? Mark Ruffalo. How they're always pretending that he's smart, and we know he's not smart. You can look in his eyes. There's this his eyes look confused because his brain cells are dying when you look at him. Yet somehow he's Banner. I don't trust that he knows anything. I never believed him.
He's saying it like a old Squid Game and the Acolyte, where he's just pronouncing smart things rather than actually seeming to be smart.
John Krasinski was the common fan cast, and they specifically put him in there so they could kill him and humiliate him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spaghettification. Yes.
Oh, you want a fan cast? Here's your fan cast. And then they did what they did.
He shouldn't have agreed to it. If I would have gotten, you know what? If I would have been him and they called me and said, "Hey, we want to make you the character and then you'll die in 2 seconds in a spaghetti way," I'd say, you know what? Fuck you, and hang up the phone.
What a disrespect to the character. He's not hurting for money too. That's the other thing.
And that's also not a huge payday or something that's really going to make a difference for him anyways. They didn't pay him $70 million for the spaghetti scene. He came in there for one day. They filmed him, probably gave him 10, 20, 30 grand tops, and he walked away. That's not money that's going to, move the needle for him one way or another.
He's down behind the eyes.
Well, what if I told you a Cannes Film Festival?
Oh, Jesus.
God, discussing film today is all Cannes Film Festival. Oh my God, I don't care. But hey, they got a new Western. They got a new Western coming out. Eddington from Ari Aster. Joaquin Phoenix. That's interesting.
Oh, God.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
You lost Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't so we can humiliate him. Is that about how the natives used to do that real culture thing of causing stampedes to make the fucking buffalo go off the cliff so they could just pick up the ruins?
I assume with Pedro there would be more Latinos there, but do you think maybe he's playing a native? Pedro, I mean, he's just got such range. He can play Romans,
playing the Ticks. The Pedro Pascal fatigue and the Zendaya fatigue is real. It's palpable.
Ooh, is there Denzel Washington fatigue though?
Is he gonna play
First look at Spike Lee's remake of High and Low, which I assume is the Akira Kurosawa film High and Low, starring the best character from Samurai 7, guy who did Yojimbo and whatnot. So I'm assuming it's based on that, which the premise is an executive of a Yokohama shoe company becomes a victim of extortion when his chauffeur's son is kidnapped by mistake and held for ransom. So I don't know if it's his chauffeur or whatever, but presumably he is going to be going Man on Fire Equalizer to get the chauffeur's son back.
Controversial now instead of Price.
Do it.
Denzel's a great actor who has just been playing himself in movies.
Correct, especially
for a while. I've seen him play other character roles, but lately, for the last 10 years.
But this is a role for himself, though. Unlike in Gladiator 2, this actually would probably be a good role for it, I would assume.
To be fair, though, Badger, he does play himself rather well.
Yeah, that was my thought. And this is an opportunity to play it rather than being in ancient Rome. Yeah.
Right, exactly. At least this is a setting that is the right setting, like you said, Erwin. This is the right setting for him to play himself.
And it's Spike Lee as well, which I mean, yeah, it's a little crazy, but he is he makes film. He's very much so a filmmaker, a bit of an auteur as well. So it won't just be total B movie trash. Mildly interested. Jeffrey Wright, A$AP Rocky, Ice Spice. So yeah,
ASAP
Irvin.
Rocky, he kind of annoys me. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking because it's Spike. Like, what message is going to be insane?
But then also Denzel is pretty notably conservative as well. So I don't know if he would have cast him or if he would have accepted the role if it was like extra crazy like that. I'm not sure. Badger, the time has come. It's the Miyazaki-fication of the world. I had said not that long ago, excellent time for this, not that long ago, give it a year and AI video will be crazy. I should have said, give it 3 months and AI video will be crazy. We're basically already there. Not for the realistic looking ones, but it's getting there. But for like animated stuff, it's basically already there. For fuck's sake, hashtag. Oh, wait. I forgot. We have Price here. Price, sorry. I pretend I said nothing. Take it, Price.
For fuck's sake. Cancel Disney Plus.
Amen. All right, so whipping her back out. I stopped like 40 seconds. I loved it so much. I was like, I have to stop and get some actual real reaction to it.
I believe
this is unbelievable.
Believe Miyazaki said that this whole thing is like, you have corrupted the Studio Ghibli. You have corrupted it.
I'll get over it. Also, feel free to do some Trump dubbing if you want, Badge.
Oh God! Take a look at that. Oh God!
America.
America.
Fight off. 絶対負けないよ。何度違いのだろう。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
Yes, us.
この世界技術にいけるかな。昔グレートだった。大きに。またグレート。
Yes. Take my money. Take all of my money.
You made
They let you do it. You put they let you do it.
What software? What software do they use for the animation?
I'm not sure because all the memes are like Chat GPT. I'm not sure what they're using for the AI videos to do it though. It might.
That's really important. I wish I knew.
Because I think they made it to where you start doing videos, but there's like the guy talking about how he had to pay like $250 credit. It's probably some weird third party that they're doing like the movie stuff on. But like I said, now I'm going to say give it another 3 months and yeah, you'll be able to do it pretty easily. Give it another 9 months to a year. You'll be able to do it pretty easily for free.
That's really cool.
And then,
maybe I'll finally be able to make like an animated show.
I will be able to actually do what we want very easily. And as an editor and like knows what it takes to like build things up from scratch, like video, it's so much work. And just be able to type prompts and do some like, tinkering. Because obviously there's going to be lots of tinkering you need to probably do for a little while. But like there's definitely still skill to it. But man, it's going to be making it so amateurs can do some amazing things.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. It's Badger has had to deal with the AI haters. I think the AI enjoyers are going to win in the end, right, Badge?
Just gotta wait it out. Just another tool. Just another creative tool.
When it's something you like gets memeified, and you're like, I want to join the meme. Then that's when we got you. All right.
Yeah, like trust me, dude. If I had an easily available AI program that could really do the things, I would just be doing my own Star Wars shit too. I'll just do it myself.
And since we brought up Studio Ghibli, my go-to, this is the first anime you should go ahead and watch. Akira and like Princess Mononoke are really good, but they got that older style. Howl's Moving Castle is 2004 and looks fantastic for 2004. This is always my recommend. Like if Badger were to, say, hey, what should I watch next? This is what I would say. It's ABF approved as well. Men, women, young, old, made for everyone. Howl's Moving Castle, my go-to, possibly my favorite anime movie. All right. And I forgot. Thanks to ABF,
bro.
I owe you a couple things. We are very cultured here. We are professionals and men of science. And this is your $100 reward. And for those who missed the intro, we have a new Sydney Sweeney outro for you all. Here is the 200 level. You get 4 of them. Man, I wish my selfies looked this good. I think I can save her. All right, here we go. What's your favorite? Oh, wait, no. You're probably not allowed to say, Badger. Price. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which is your favorite Sydney Sweeney? Chat, let me know. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, this is like blasphemy, Sydney Sweeney down here.
Why would I not be allowed to say? I think the top left is my favorite, Erwin.
I know. She's hiding the face with the messy hair, but the messy hair works. It's got that bedroom hair vibe.
I think I like the top right one.
You can save her, Erwin. I'm rooting for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can very respectfully of your future wife. Don't worry.
Yeah, I like
West. I'll say in that bottom left. Little cross-eyed in that bottom left one.
I've seen the whole one. Oh yeah, that's to be fair.
That's all right. Yeah, she's looking at it.
All right, and then I think we are like $20 away. We get some jiggle. Oh, you just missed the jiggle, and we're just so close to it. And then, of course, if we hit 400, you have to spin the wheel. Which look, it's the wheel of good and bad. Let's do some shuffling. So I've got Kickboxer next to Red Planet, next to Hero, next to Malcolm X, next to Howard the Duck. All right, if we hit 400, I gotta spin it. Or let's do a test spin. Let's see. If we hit 400, what do I have to watch? Am I going to watch Troy or am I going to watch Freddy Got Fingered? Dodgeball, I think, is the answer. Next to Saturday Night Fever and Gone in 60 Seconds.
Dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
All right. And then back to stuff that matters. I apologize for that detour. Let's get back to important stuff like more Sydney Sweeney as Huntress. Now, 1, 2, 3, or 4 on this one.
Oh, she looks like Huntress. Do you prefer? Do you prefer the Helena Bertinelli, who is like the daughter of the mob boss who goes for revenge? Or do you prefer the daughter of Catwoman and Batman from Earth 2 that like escapes into here and then just becomes Huntress and abandons her?
Have not read enough, honestly, and usually too busy staring at her butt in the comic books to really pay attention to origin story.
One where Huntress and Power Girl are Supergirl and Robin from Earth 2, and they escape over here after Darkseid destroys that world. And then they just become Huntress, but it's really Supergirl and Robin from Earth 2.
Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but I didn't. Yeah, the crossbow's like a gun. I think she's also about to shoot herself in the face. Shoot herself in the face.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not how that works.
Like I said, AI still got some kinks to work out.
Yeah, I like it because it puts an extra layer of like when she joins the Batman family. It's technically her dad from another universe, so there's an extra little bit of.
Yeah, I do enjoy
when
that.
They talk to each other. Yeah,
yeah. There's enough people with mobster backgrounds.
What was that masked pair of tits? Police officers are working hard to find her.
Yeah, she were like Clark Kent. Instead of wearing the glasses, she'd like put him in like the little cleavage, you know?
Yes, yes.
I assume Gooch probably does this when he's on the beach.
Or he does that thing where he puts it behind his eyes or behind his head like that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. All right, Price, you're a man of culture. I bet some people think you're European. Some people think you're AI. Have you watched Adolescence on Netflix?
I haven't yet.
It's all the rage, I'm told, and it is woke as shit. And this is basically, it's so great. Look, the rage of adolescence inside the single shot sensation blowing up the Manos. God damn you, Hollywood Reporter, Manosphere. So they're like,
what's it about? It looked suspicious to me. It looked fishy to me. And like I said, I've been busy for the past week, but I did see this pop up a few times where people are like, this is the most watched show in the history of like Netflix or I don't know what. And I'm like, what is this? So tell me anything about it. I just don't even know what it is.
Well, wait, pull Bill back up. Bill will tell you about it. Netflix presents White People Bad, Men Bad, Repent.
But also this one. Isn't this the race swap story?
Yes, and they actually cover this in here. So this should be a black third worlder holding a machete, but instead they made it a young white boy. And it's all about, oh no, the internet. Oh my God, I hate you more than anything, Hollywood Reporter. It's all about how the internet has shaped and radicalized a rageful teenager who's been seduced by the manosphere, where misogynists prey on the insecurities of young men. And then, of course, they tell you what incels are, because they have to tell you what incels are. And how blah, 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 he was getting bullied, so blah, 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 he kills some girl or whatever. So in real life, it was based on like some dude who macheted people on a bus or a girlfriend. I don't remember at this point. It happened 3 days ago. I got enough memory for that. So that was one incident. So what they try to say here is, oh, everyone is mad because they were saying that it was the Southport incident, which, no, sorry, that was a different black person macheting white girls. So we're saying, no, it was this incident where third worlder macheted white girls. And they're like, huh, they think it was based on this other one that happened after. And it's like, no, we're talking about the one before that it's based on, clearly. And even if it's not directly based on, it's clearly inspired by and is 100% about hate white men, kneel to Islam and such and so
Wait,
forth.
are you saying that the original story that it's based on was basically a diverse man killing a woman, and then it turned into
highly melanated?
You know, like
highly melanated.
You know how like cars keep running through crowds of people for a religion? These very religious cars keep doing it, and they like to obscure ethnicities of the cars running crowds of people down. Right. It's basically that, except they're like, it's a young white boy because young white men are the problem. But really the problem is young white men are getting more and more based and more conservative, such as Isaac, and now young people in general, but especially young white men, are now more conservative than like 70-year-old white men, which used to be the most conservative.
And they're the biggest istophobes, they're quote unquote the biggest istophobes, the ones that are the young men, right?
Yes, and they're the ones who haven't dealt with all the propaganda of like built in, like all the olds have, and they got all this new media. They weren't stuck with all the propaganda like so many others, so they're waking up faster than any generation has ever woken up. And to fight that, they have to do the young white men bad, which works really well in the UK, where they're still super cucked.
It reminds me of Law and Order. I don't know if you've ever watched that show, but for many years now, they don't want the suspect. If they interview like 4 suspects, one is like a Latino man, one is African American, one is Asian, and one is like a white guy, 90% chance that the white guy is the perpetrator. You know what I mean? Like they have to investigate all the different options, and somehow the white guy is the guy that ends up, even if it's like a crime that they copied from reality, from the headlines, ripped from the headlines, they'll still make the guy white. And they've been doing this for a long time too.
And then it's all like, oh, well, we just don't want to like give in to racial stereotypes against black people. We just care about black people. So we're going to demonize white men instead.
I mean, it would be fine if they chose a different ethnicity every time. If once it was like, you know, a white man, once it was a black man, once a Latino man. But somehow it's usually the white guy. That's just how it is on those shows.
Blame it on Whitey.
Yeah, beans and toast actually sounds tasty. I would actually be down with that. I'm more if we're putting beans on weird stuff. Beans and macaroni and cheese is
just tell me that you're being fucking blockaded and you're being shelled. All right, beans and toast. That's just not a normal meal. All right. Okay.
Well, what if it's gravy and shit beef or sausage? Is that okay then? All of a sudden to put on toast?
I mean, shit on a shingle also was an invention.
We literally call it shit on the shingle, and it's delicious.
It is delicious, but a lot of shit that is delicious that we still make today, like bread pudding and things like that, were not exactly the best idea. Like it was only because we had nothing else. But yeah, a lot of that depression food is really good. Shit on a shingle and.
Well, yeah, like gravy and stuff. Yeah, it's like fat, fat and calories. Of course, it's delicious.
It's on toast.
All right, so yeah, shout out to all of the international audience. They are currently going hard on this whole adolescent show. It's the bestest. Everyone loves it, except for those evil white men who are so wrong. All right, so we had talked about the Black Power Ranger controversy, but Badger, had you seen the actual Black Power Ranger actor come out? Did we also cover that part?
Wasn't he like, this is dumb, we didn't think about this shit, no one was thinking about this? And this is why I read that thing of like, bro, and I'm including the black people at the time for the most part, had fucking moved on from all that. No one was thinking about that at the time.
And when you look into it, it's even better. Like the Asian wasn't even originally an Asian actress at first. All right. Incredible how many media outlets picked this up. However, while some chose to seek out the negative, I've always believed in focusing on the positive. Right there. If you're a celebrity, this is how you social media. This dude handles it so well. He got this controversy. He nails it. I understand the impulse to address what might be seen as cultural insensitivity, but calling it a, quote, mistake would dismiss the impact it had on countless people around the world who found inspiration and representation in TV's first black superhero, morphing into none other than the Black Power Ranger.
Now,
it wasn't a
have
mistake.
A black dance? Sure.
Oh, no,
a mistake.
Yeah, this was my favorite line. It wasn't a mistake. It was a milestone. It was an honor. That celebrities, that's all you have to do. Ugh.
Zach was he was cool. People liked him.
And none of us were like, oh, they made the black guy. We liked the character. And he had like the axe, or that was also like a rifle gun. He had one of the cooler weapons and whatnot. Yeah, he was a good character. And then you go to the like what kid wouldn't like this character? And spoiler alert, until recently, kids not only do they not think of race, they don't even like understand how it works.
Bro, there was an episode where he gets the Green Rangers at the time, like golden, like shield protector thing, and it was dope AF. Like, no one was like, the black guy? No one gave a shit.
Yeah, because he wasn't a DEI hire. He was just a character. And then, samesies, what young man was complaining about the Yellow Ranger being a cute Asian girl? Hey, no young boy was complaining about what, Trini, right?
No one.
Yeah,
No
Trini
one
Kwan.
was
Yeah, zero complaints as a young gentleman about the. Honestly, I think part of the yellow fever that swept the nation in our generations, I think she might be partly to blame for why so many men in our generation have the hots for Asian women.
And Trini, yes. And I don't know about you, but I always shipped Zach and her, like the Black Ranger and the Yellow Ranger. I always thought they were a good couple because it was gay, and Jason and Kimberly or whatever.
You had the Chad and the cheerleader, and
and everyone knew Billy was gay even back then.
No, nerdy. He was nerdy.
Sorry,
Badger.
the nerdy outcast. Yeah.
No, he was gay in another timeline.
Sure.
All right, and then so real quick, the matter of Trini Kwan, the Yellow Power Ranger. It's worth knowing that the original actress was Audrey DuBois. Is Black or French, or I don't know. Was not Asian. She was originally cast for the pilot, but left over a contract dispute, and then was recast as her. And then, the reason they cast her wasn't because, she's yellow, is because she embodied the peaceful conscience of the group, which is what the team was seeking, not a demographic checkbox. So when they say she actually helped complete the team, they actually mean it, unlike the Fantastic Four when we totally cast for like a good family. Yeah.
She was the sweet and thoughtful one. Kimberly was like the Valley girl, but also like the fiery one. Like, they all had personality.
Yes, and the 90s, they pushed a lot of diversity stuff, but we just like made jokes about it, and everyone like got along. Like comedians would make jokes about where's the Asian kid in the wheelchair? Jay Frazier, drop a 10-year.
Oh no!
I take care of my international audience here. Sorry, I'm working on that. Tariffs. Hail, nerd crew. Oh, we're the nerd runners, thank you. I didn't think I said that in a long time. Adolescence is pure propaganda. A white boy from a two-parent household somehow gets radicalized to unalive a girl because Andrew Tate said so. Of course, when in reality, it's probably more the religion of peace that was the cause of it. F Brad Pitt for funding our censorship. Wait, what did Brad Pitt do? Wait, is he behind Adolescence?
I don't know.
I don't even know. Tell me more. And that's why I'm worried. Is this Black Mirror... This is also looking like some propaganda.
By the way, yes, she did,
really?
Unfortunately. Yeah, and then that's why in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and afterwards, Aisha, Black girl, Mortorium, is the Yellow Ranger. But guess what? She's great as the Yellow Ranger too. And she was thoughtful and good. And I liked her as the Yellow Ranger. And I liked when Jason and Rocky took over and the second, like, whatever. They also fine. Right.
Yes, and even now, though, if they tried to do that, we wouldn't believe them. Like, they went so far.
That's the problem. That's what we were calling us now. I believe that actress, that they didn't go get someone darker for DEI. That was just the best actress they found that embodied that character dynamic. Now I do not have that same faith.
So, speaking of faith and Marvel, okay, this is the new Black Cat. It had me worried because we knew about it several issues ahead. I actually don't really mind the character. Her dad is the actual Black Cat, and he's not black. He's a Latin man, and I like his interpretation. And then I like her character well enough. If she come in just being a biatch, I would probably have stopped. I am continuing to read this. I have very, very few things in my pull list. None of them from DC. And as we're going to look, Ultimate Spider-Man, where they continue to have Peter Parker happy in a relationship with an adorable, endearing family, and Mary Jane, who's like, oh, hey, you've had a hard night. You want to fool around? And fun stuff like that, and is supportive of him. She's like, I'm worried, but I support you, and stuff like that, instead of being an absolute no word. So here we go.
How you show good relationships, by the way. In Jaws, when the wife of Brody goes, want to get drunk and fool around. Oh yeah, like that's they have a healthy relationship. Yeah,
exactly. All right, so Badger, it used to be Marvel versus DC. Which one do you like, Marvel or DC? Dude, it is now Marvel or Image. Let's look at the DC ones that made it. Batman Hush. Wait, that doesn't make... Oh, the compact comics. They've been putting out the $10 ones?
Yeah.
Presumably, mostly just collectors like, oh, great, now I have to buy another copy of Hush and whatnot. Probably some people like me who are like, I didn't want to buy this whole series, so it's nice having these compact ones. I thought it was a really good idea they put these out.
Yeah, well, like
Court of Owls?
Moxie the other day, who was doing the goal of like comics and shit. Get the compact. Like, because I said Court of Owls was one of these.
Perfect. She is exactly, yeah. So I think some of it is that. The only thing that DC makes on here are those compacts. Nothing new is on here. The only thing IDW, they are still coasting off of Last Ronin. It came out so long ago.
The fuck is Redcoat?
This is the March sales numbers. Redcoat, it's Image Comics, and if I'm not mistaken, it's some like 1776 like Patriot stuff. IDW, only thing they have is Last Ronin. Diamond Distributors, IDW is caught up in all their bankruptcy stuff, so that might take IDW down. So we literally just have Marvel versus Image, and what's Marvel's top ones? Ultimate Spider-Man, where they're actually giving people what they want, and then they've got Amazing Spider-Man out. The art in this is awesome. I love the freaking art.
By the way, this is so fucking true.
Then this is Amazing Spider-Man.
Bro, yeah. All they have is this and Superman, but to be fair, I don't think they understand Superman anymore. And yeah, they certainly hate Batman, and that's why they keep regressing him and trying to absolute him where he has no money or power.
Yep, and they let him be happy, but then put him up against a lot of bad stuff, and it's actually working, and it's got good art as well. So I think they had one other. Yeah, they put out the trade for Ultimates. They got their new Ultimate series, and it's the Ultimates trade. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the one with white Nick Fury, but also the one with non-binary Native American Hawkeye. Price, you're not a big comics guy. Does non-binary Native American Hawkeye do anything for you? Does that get you wanting to read comics?
So you have. Well, as a kid, I was kind of comicsy as a kid. I just don't invest as much time in that these days. But
so
whatever you just said sounds dumb to me. Yes.
Yeah, and you also would be a good person to, if you're like, well, everyone keeps bringing up comics, I want to learn more. I was like, I want to learn more, so I know what people are talking about with comics. I wanted to get 2 of these in shelves, Price. And now there are many shelves above and below it you guys can't see, and I need new shelves.
I mean, as a kid, I would read The Amazing Spider-Man. I did actually like Daredevil as a kid, even the comic. I had Superman, Man of Steel. I had that series. Ooh. So, like, there were things that interested me as a kid.
Badger, that is... And I've actually thought about buying that because I've told you I've tried to buy All-Star Superman like 20 times at this point, and every time I end up backing out because they always have it as way too expensive for some reason. If I buy it, that's actually probably the form I'm going to buy
dude.
Then.
And it's
you
throw this in your bathroom, boys or ladies.
That's the price of manga. Another reason manga is kicking comic books butts because it's like half the price usually. And Aaron dropping a $5, international audience. He's a fan of chicken jockeys, I can tell. Badger, I really enjoyed our Superman debate on Versus. Invincible handles the limits of its character's powers so well. Why can't Superman do the same, Badger?
Aaron Charman. Badger. What the fuck is Badger?
I just
no.
I just read it.
The Superman debate. I don't know because
Superman. Tell me.
It's debatable about like what power level you want to give him.
Did you see what made it on here as well for Image? Invincible Compendium Volume 1 and 2. Oh, they put out a season of a show that people liked, and then it sold more products of it, like in the different medium. Imagine doing something crazy like that. That even the MCU couldn't even manage to sell comic books.
By the way, the real answer to this is just everyone is conditioned to think that Superman is god level unless kryptonite is thrown at him. And with that very rare substance of seeing like a kryptonite around his neck, people don't want him to be hurt or vulnerable or anything. And it's just...
Yeah, his hair is not even allowed to move. I found out he better not scream about anything either.
That's kind of like when Robert is right when he's like, people need to read more comics. But also, yes, an aluminum can thrown at the back of his head should not have made him flinch. Ooh, so two things could be true.
I will also say, makes on this Transformers Volume 1 from Image, Transformers Volume 2 also made it on there. It's literally just Image and Marvel, but mostly Image. And then number 18, you got one Dark Horse Comics. So Badger in the debate, Marvel DC, me and you would be on the side of DC. Like we would be the DC fanboys. DC had lost, Badger. So now I think we need to join Team Image, which that's my Image shelf. I love me some Image, but DC's dead, Badge. DC is dead. It is.
We got to watch old shit though. Hey, or when you saw Superman Returns, is not one of the best scenes when he gets shot in the fucking eyeball and okay, but that's my point. I'm fine with that level against humans and bullets and shit like that.
Now, yes. If it makes him blink, I'm also cool with him blinking.
Yeah, but I love those type of moments. But also, if he's fighting another Kryptonian, I'm fine with him getting broken bones and fucking shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for him to feel the pain, it definitely needs to be on an incredibly high power level.
Yeah. Gotta give some power scale, otherwise what are the stakes?
Yes, and when you can take a nuke to the face, that makes the power scaling difficult.
Yeah, real quick, because what about the absolute runs? Because they seem to be selling, even if they're not in any sort of... You think those people just getting collector covers and...
Oh, yeah, a lot of it seems to be that. Like, I saw that just the original cover at the used bookstore for $20. For the one we made fun of, they're trying to charge $20 for. And then when I go to the LCS, they have a ton of variants. They also have a ton of stock as well. So,
by the way, we've already changed General Chow and Orange Chicken to General Donnie's Orange Chicken Nuggies.
Yeah. All right, we got to give a... so we're at the hour mark. Heads up for those who do not know, open bar not happening today. So we're going to keep on going, probably another 30, 40 minutes or so. All right, so we got to do a shout out to one of our own, Kada.
Oh, I but I love Kada too.
Oh, this guy is. I
was watching one of them last night. It's so insane.
Yeah. He's living a very different life than most of us. So Kada, well, and Kada. I've seen so many. Anyone who's been following him on Twitter, so many times he brings up. He's like, should I go YouTube full time, guys? Like, should I go full time? Like, he's basically just trying to have everyone tell him. Well, the contract job I had lined up fell through, so I'm not employed. Oh no, screw it, going all in on this YouTube grind then. So if you guys haven't checked out a Kada video, they're really... when I went to it, I was expecting it to be like a Badger, Ryan Kennel, just go over the news. No, he actually puts a bunch of editing into it and like prep and scripting and stuff. And when I first watched one of his videos, I was shocked. I was very impressed. He just went on to what's her name? The former Daily Wire cute girl. What's her name?
Brett Cooper.
Brett Cooper. Thank you. So yeah, we had him on Sunday on Cooches, and we forgot to bring it all up. But then me and ABF played Schedule 1 with him afterwards. And yeah, we're literally just making and dealing drugs while talking about how, Brett Cooper was backstage and whatnot. And it's just like, we are the media right now. Also an international criminal drug organization in Minecraft. And also the media now. Dude is blowing up. He asked me to make him a clip at one point, and he's like, "Oh, I'll pay you." I'm like, "No, bro, no, you're in the bigot army." Also, it was obvious him and what they're doing with New Blackstreet. Those dudes blown up. The amount of like the people they get and the views they get and the virality they get from the amount of like subscribers, they're doing amazing. Like they're getting way more views and coverage than they should at their level, which means there's lots of room to grow upwards, and they will be growing upwards. So please, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do. Oh yeah, I meant to hit the button because I realized I wasn't subscribed on my private channel. So bam, I did my part. Kate is one of us. I talk about the most important thing you can do. It's really good to support the big guys, the Garys and whatnots. Yeah, I was thinking, dude, we really should have named one of his weeds Stanky Feet. Like we missed it. I don't know what we're thinking. Important to start like help support the big guys. They do such a good job of getting the message out, the normies here and whatnot. But the most important thing we can do in the information war is help those creators go from doing it part-time to being able to do it full-time. We need as many champions and fighters in the arena as possible. So getting them to go from part-time to full-time, which you guys helped me do last like November, so incredibly important. So please support them how you can. Kata's good people, and he is going places. He didn't even get into this. I just found out recently. He didn't even like start like want to become a YouTuber. He went viral for like his Assassin's Creed take or whatever. And then he's just blowing up. It's just like, look at Badger, whatnot. It's get up off your butt and magic happens. And it's a numbers game. Not everyone's going to end up on open bar a bunch of times. Not everyone's going to end up on Brett Cooper like Kata. But the more of us there are trying, the more of us are popping off, the more of us it will happen to. It's a numbers game, and we need as many champions in the arena as possible. And you guys also get up off your butts and get in the arena. But if you can't quite yet, support those in the arena as best you can. And thank you so much for all your guys' support. I was gonna say earlier, like 10 days we should be getting paid, and I will be working on ordering that new PC. Me and ABF got a pretty one. They do these things with cases now, Badger, where like the whole side will be, like plastic or like see-through plate, and then it wraps around, and the front is also see-through. And they have like the RGB fans and whatnot, so it's like an infinity like tower. And now they're doing ones too where it's like comes in at a 45-degree angle and then is like flat here, like in like trapezoid or what. We're not doing that nonsense. But yeah, it looks it's gonna be so cool, and gonna be filling it with all your guys'
glass.
Yeah, gonna be filling it with all your guys' wonderful stickers. All right, and then also so that's what I'm gonna be working on getting this month, and then next month I'm gonna put that money towards commissioning some art so we can finally get a T-shirt. Also, one of the Grift Week goals.
By the way, if people want to support, smaller creators, they can also subscribe to all my channels if they want.
Yes, yes, and we're actually gonna do a little bit of politics, and I was gonna make sure to tell you if you're into the politics thing. Price of Reason Live, dude does more politics streams a week than I do.
Who would have? Nobody would know this. It's a surprising development, right?
I know. It makes me mad. I need to step up my game.
No, and the thing is that I actually didn't want to talk about politics, but people were asking me to, so I'm like, oh, all right. And then I just did that.
All right, so they're doing like the trapezoid ones where the front part is an LED screen. And an LCD, a touch screen? I didn't even realize they were doing it as touch screens too. Yeah, they got some crazy ass cases now. I'm not going full crazy. I'm just going a little crazy. And of course, we will be doing a PC building stream, so you guys can watch me destroy things. ABF will be coaching me, so ultimately it'll be his fault. I think I can do it though. Badger, I think you'll be happy to hear. I watched myself, and Irene, and I did not know what to.
Happy with some scenes in here for sure.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I did not know what to expect. 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 years. I could not have guessed what me, myself, and Irene is about. Once I realized split personality, I went, "Oh, okay, this is perfect for Jim Carrey." And what I sent to Badger was
advanced
that scene.
Delusionary schizophrenia with involuntary narcissistic rage.
That's what I meant. Yes, correct. And the thing I sent to Badger was the self-fight scene where he keeps switching back and forth personalities. Absolute physical comedy masterpiece. Holy crap. Despite all of his craziness, Jim Carrey, holy freaking talented. Like a generational level talent. Like physical comedy genius. And he showcased it very well. Story itself wasn't super duper interesting. Had to protect the girl from gangsters trying to kill her. I don't even remember.
It doesn't matter.
Trying to
it's just to get him on the road trip.
Yeah, exactly. And
you got a butt chin, Daddy. Why you got a butt on your chin?
Why was Renee Zellweger such a thing? Her acting wasn't the greatest. She's attractive, but she's not like a bombshell.
She did that.
I agree
British
with you.
Movie, Bridget Jones' Diary, and she just
that
had a
was
moment.
my thought. It was a Bridget Jones. Okay, and then that made her go like Pedro Pascal.
Oh, and she had the fucking Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire, You Complete Me, and so she just had a string of
Okay, because I liked her well enough, but she wasn't.
She's not super hot. She's not super hot, and she's not the best actress. That's what you're trying to say, Erwin.
Yes. So I was wondering how exactly she was so popular.
That sometimes works because guys find her gettable.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I don't know,
like my girl Sydney Sweeney. All right. So, Badger, something else. You might have to explain to chat. Something else the Thousand Monkeys would not have been able to predict.
Bro.
This is his children, who are large black men who are hyper intelligent. Badger, you want to tell chat what's happening here?
Super intelligent. Yeah, isn't this where they're watching Richard Pryor and all this? Or that was earlier. Either way.
Yeah, they're like, motherfucker this and motherfucker that.
You guys do your homework. I might have to bust a cap. He's like, when he kisses them all goodbye, he improvised that, and they just went with it. Yeah, bro, he's so. We had a golden age. Rat said it earlier. We had a golden age, and we're all realizing.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I liked it though. They made it work, and the whole thing is, a short king black gentleman, the guy who plays every black dwarf and everything, that guy. They're like them trying to, and they're like reading in different languages and whatnot because they're like super geniuses.
How the fuck you gonna do that if you don't account for the reverse thermodynamics? Whatever the fuck where they go. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
So black dwarf guy who plays every black dwarf and everything knocks up his otherwise loving wife, and then the babies are born and they come out black, and he's just like, I don't see a problem with this. And they grow up super black, and he's oblivious to the fact that he got cheated on. And then eventually he realizes it, and it causes him multiple personalities. And then the other personality is wild. Also does some sexual things with things about that. Like some rubber gooch accoutrements.
It's into fun things.
And he's like, I can't believe you put that up my butt. And she's like, I didn't put it up there.
He was like, was this for you? She's like, that wasn't for me.
Yeah, so all sorts of moments like that, moments like this, where they're going on a nice little ride and he's just got bugs all over his face. Lots of interesting comedy. This, where he fights the cow, you later realize he is probably like delusional and he wasn't actually doing the thing he thought he was doing, and he probably did kill the cow, but then you see the cow at the end all like bandaged up or whatever. So it's like a normal serious movie, but then there's also like wacky hijinks, like Acme-ness to it as well. So yeah, it worked though. Like there we go. There's the baby daddy right there. It worked. The different tone shifts, it worked because it was a bit schizophrenic, but so is he. And if someone could pull it off, it's Jim Carrey. So
speaking of pulling it off.
Yeah, yes. Really enjoyed it. They cursed a lot. They were a lot edgier than I was expecting them to be. I don't remember if there were any gamer words, but I wouldn't have been surprised if there were gamer words.
I'm gonna assume there probably were because we were built different.
Yeah, there's probably some couple of racial tensions in there at some point. Yeah, mostly just because how liberated his other personality was.
When he tries to fight the kid is one of the best ones. What are you looking at? 4 eyes.
Badger! Badger!
Hey.
I was literally going to bring you up the other day. I was like, oh, we haven't seen Shake in so long because I saw the clip and I didn't want to bring it up because it made me sad. He's back! But he's back!
We do. Hey, look.
He's just standing there, menacingly. Get out of there, SpongeBob!
Ladies, I love animals. I like to go for long walks on Miami Beach.
Yes! He's back! He still loves us! So good to have you back. Just make sure you check in with us. We worry.
If I see a gatekeeper or an Anna's no good,
I know.
I'll start crying.
Well, see, that's the problem. I go through my stream videos folder all the time, and I see all the ones we haven't seen in a while, and it makes me sad. But
you just hope that nothing bad happened. That's all.
I appreciate the time we have with them. Chet, we love you guys.
Appreciate the time we have with you. Yeah.
For real though, Shake. As a pleasure. Always appreciate having you here. All right, Badger, did I put in private chat yet? No, I'm working on putting on private chat. The current state of politics is, of course, the Democrats are, politics is so divisive, and we need to come and fix this and just have everyone do what we want. And I like the conflict. It's fun. I like the political upheaval we are going through. It's unprecedented. And this is how CNN is handling it. They've got Scott Jennings, the only guy worth a darn on CNN. His job is absolutely secured. And yes, it's Scott Jennings versus moratorium. And he was not having it. All right, go ahead.
Not just go and say, I like it. It's mine now. It doesn't work that way. Well, that is what they're trying to do. And in this new world order, yeah, absolutely. When they're looking at Greenland and say, I like it. I want to take it for mine. That is a very colonized.
You
colonizer.
I have never ever
okay.
said we're going to go to Greenland and quote colonize it or steal it.
You're not a member of government, so you're irrelevant at that point. I'm talking about the president of the United States doing
You got fired from your job.
You can agitate.
All right, so she says you're not a politician, so you don't get to have an opinion on it. But she was apparently a congressperson who then got voted out. So his response was, "Well, you lost your job, so." And then this is where I stopped it because it was so good. I actually don't know what comes next, but I'm interested to find out.
From your job,
you can agitate.
If you want to engage in personal insults,
I don't, but you
what
do.
you lack in the legitimate point, you make up for in personal input.
I don't. You
personal insults. The point I am making is in this new world order, we are looking at countries, whether or not they're an adversary or ally. It is being determined on what kind of deal we can get, and we cannot govern. We cannot legislate that way. We are increasingly isolated on the world stage.
No, we're not.
So if you want to engage in personal insults,
we're not
if I were
isolated.
you, I would reserve that for your party, who
We're
is
not
completely isolated. This blow our position
outside of you now.
All right, that's it. Yeah,
she literally said you're irrelevant because you're not in the government.
She no longer is either. Yeah, CNN is on its way out. You'll love to see it, but Scott Jennings will probably be the last one to have a job there. All right, yeah, I'll say we got just a little bit more politics, and then we will go back into some entertainment. For those that don't know, might have shown up late. Open bar, not happening today. We're gonna go a little bit longer. All right, Elon Musk exposed some stuff. This one is, you thought you'd seen waste. You thought that 115-year-olds getting Social Security benefits was insane. What if I told you your tax dollars were going to pay fraudulent unemployment claims for fake people born in the future? This is so crazy. I had to read it several times before it sank in. Yeah, you're probably not quite understanding it yet either. 9.7K people with birth dates over 15 years in the future claim 69 million. Someone with a birthday in 2154 claimed 41K. 2154. That's their birthday. I think there might be some fraud going on, guys.
Time travel's been proven. Yeah, 65 million.
Nice.
Nice.
I thought it. I should have said it. I apologize for not saying it. All right, a couple more quick ones. They did actually pass some stuff today in the House. SAVE Act officially passed in the House to require proof of citizenship in order to vote. All right, interesting. We also got passes HR 1526, curbing the power of district court judges to issue nationwide injunctions. This guy right here is no longer the president of America. Trump is the president of America. And Congress is making it where, go fuck yourself. Which is currently the DOJ stance on a lot of what that guy is saying. That is the correct stance to judicial tyranny. All right, so sending you another one real quick, Badger. Bernie Sanders, man. AOC and Bernie Sanders are the face of the Democrat Party, and it is not going very well. And they created a monster, and now they are having to deal with it, and they are not handling it very well. All right. And then one more quick political tab after that, and then back to some entertainment. All right. This. Oh,
Right.
Roll it.
Back with Senator Bernie Sanders. I want to introduce Grace Thomas. She's a local civil rights attorney. She's a Democrat. Grace?
They them pronouns, actually. Thank you.
Oh.
Evening, Senator Sanders.
Anderson Cooper, gay.
Indicate that men of all racial demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party. But of course.
We're back with Senator.
Yeah, so it cuts there, but there's other people who go longer. Mostly that's
They,
just.
them.
Oh wait, yeah. If you want to do if you want to scroll to his reaction, he ends up doing. So he looks like he's really confused, or maybe he doesn't understand her.
But I like to say what she says.
Good evening, Senator Sanders. Polling and turnout data indicate that men of all racial.
What?
Yeah, that's demographics are turning away from the Democratic Party.
He keeps doing it too.
But of course,
probably can't hear.
Yeah, I don't know if he can't hear, if he's confused or what, but yeah, it was an absolute disaster. Anderson Cooper, known gay man, gets lectured on using correct pronouns. And of course, the person can't just go along with it. They have to interrupt to correct. Actually, she literally did the actually, it's they, them. Yeah, this stuff isn't even working for Democrats anymore. They them statistics are transphobic. All right, real quick, man, we got so many good team ups. So we got Benny Johnson was on Patrick Bet David podcast today. Last night we had the 2 hours of Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson, and then Badger. Who were you watching on Rogan?
Oh, Douglas Murray and Dave Smith.
Dave Smith. Yeah. So we've been having some interesting podcasts recently, and Benny absolutely just nailed it here. China is the testing ground for the World Economic Forum's vision of a future totalitarian state. When I talk about the coming dystopia, the sci-fi dystopia, this is what I'm talking about. I just say sci-fi dystopia for my nerds, because my nerds understand sci-fi dystopia better than me saying future totalitarian state. It's a preview of the elite's plan for humanity. We on the nerd side would call this this supervillain's master plan for humanity. America is the sole obstacle to this new world order. Gooch, those in the UK, Germany, we have an international audience, will agree. We are the sole obstacle. China must fail. Trump knows this. This is more than just a trade war. This is the future of humanity.
Did you see the Kevin O'Leary at calling for a 400%?
400%, baby.
Okay, because I watched it and I was like, oh, he's kind of right.
Yeah, well, a lot of the business dudes, they actually have to deal with this. Us on the ground, we don't have to deal with like trade with China, international trade. But like the guys who actually have to deal with, that's why Trump's been calling it out for freaking decades. That's why like the Nancy Pelosi's and the Chuck Schumers used to call it out. The problem is actually doing something about it. It hurts. It's painful, and we don't like.
If you
want to
know why, if you want to know why Trump is pausing all the other ones but ramping up on China, watch this. Look at this.
104% tariffs on China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, sell it back here. Never has it.
And he basically goes on to say that in several different ways, but that is the gist of it, is that they lie, they cheat, they steal. You can't catch them on it. You can't prosecute them in court. So get fucked.
And
get fucked and enjoy your tariffs.
And it was Westerners and Americans that sold us out to them in the first place. So yes, B-Man, you are accurate.
They copy any kind of anything that's from the U.S., whether it's software or movies or anything. They just print and do whatever they want, and nobody's ever said a word. And they've been doing this for decades. That's just a few examples. I agree with him. I mean, when it comes to patents, when it comes to anything, they just do whatever they want, and nothing you say matters.
Don't follow any of the rules. The West does all these climate laws to force businesses out, while China and India, the biggest actual polluters, do nothing. So in the name of environment, we cause more pollution, even though we actually have good we actually do a lot of stopping the pollution here. Yeah, so we.
By the way, shout out! I see he has Mandalore the Ultimate in his thumbnail. That if they just did that story, it would also make $1 billion. Thank you.
Mandalore the Ultimate? Tell me more. I'm intrigued. What?
That's the lead Mandalorian who initiates the Mandalorian Wars that Revan eventually defies the Jedi Council to combat and then fights him one-on-one over Malachor. 5. Oh, $1 billion. $1 billion.
Nerd! Now, sadly, the Chinese won't be able to afford to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which, holy crap, I just need to make sure I watch all the John Hughes movies ever. 16 Candles would be next, and then I did all the major ones, and I'm going to find all the minor ones as well, because holy crap, John Hughes is a genius. Russ Williams for 9 months. Forking YouTube, forking crashing my forking browser. Yeah, I'm logged in on like the Nerd Wars account on Chrome, so whenever I like watch someone's and I want to be logged in on Nerd Wars, I have to use Chrome. Holy crap, I have to refresh that so much. Chrome is the absolute worst. Okay, yeah, and Breakfast Club, like all the John Hughes. Holy crap, I understand why he was so popular. Absolutely just genius. So, what's so good about Breakfast Club was his characters. This right here, though, is his storytelling. All the fourth wall-breaking narration, unreliable narration from the main character. I'm a sucker for narration. I'm the guy who says Rambo needs to, have more inner dialogue, like narration and whatnot. So, like, I talk about extra. I always want extra. And doing that sort of narration, all that fourth wall breaking, it gives you that extra. And he does it ingeniously and seamlessly. And holy crap, from the very beginning, you were rooting for Ferris Bueller. This is, normally in writing, they like to say, side character, come tell this main character they're the bestesses. Oh, everyone tell the strong woman they're the bestesses. So instead of everyone just being like, Ferris is the bestesses, they do a little bit of that when the secretary has to explain to the principal that like all the kids think he's a God, I forget what phrase she uses, like what euphemism.
A righteous dude.
A righteous dude. That's the one. Thank you. So they do. So they start off a little bit of the telling instead of showing, but then from there on, you just have the random scenes where the kids are like raising money to save Ferris, or the random like transition scene real quick of them showing the water tower that says "Save Ferris" on it or whatever. So they do. Because show not tell is obviously true, but sometimes you got to do telling, and there's correct ways to do it. And they do the correct ways of telling, and they do amazing ways of showing. He's an absolute master of character. Holy crap. And the story could have maybe been a little bit bigger, but it didn't need to be, because the characters were the focus. And all of them, all three of them were great.
Honestly,
the
Cameron
principal
is the one with the character arc, his friend, because he's the one that goes from being a complete pussy to the end of the day embracing, and like Ferris is just Ferris.
I saw, someone's video when you realize the main character isn't the main character, and I was like, oh, interesting, because that's what happened to me in First Blood.
Are you gonna do a Rambo thing where like Ferris Bueller's the bad guy because he steals from his dad? He steals those bear bonds to pay for everything.
Well, that wouldn't be Rambo. That would be Terminator 2, where John Connors, or whatever his name is, a little criminal shit.
He's a little. Ferris is a criminal. To be fair.
If you don't want your kid hanging out with Ferris. Ferris is the bad guy.
But you kind of appreciate what he does. He does it with style. Come on.
Yes, true. But then he's like, Cameron, I did this so you could like stand up. And it's like, no, you're just an asshole, and you peer pressured him, and you took advantage of him.
He ended up helping his friend.
I know, but he didn't do it to help his friend. He did it full blown for narcissistic reasons.
But it's somehow along the way, somehow helped.
Inadvertently.
Yes.
Because Cameron had no choice after the car was all right. So
would you take a sequel of him trying to play hooky from work? Like they did a commercial, like a commercial for it, but like an actual Ferris Bueller where he's trying to we do too many sequels.
I can see it. And Matthew brought a whole he did amazing. He was a fantastic job of acting. Like if it had been a different actor, it would have been a totally different movie. And the music was fantastic, editing, everything.
Tom Sawyer without Nutella Jim.
Charlie Sheen as Boy in Police Station. Oh,
yeah, you forget.
What?
Charlie when he was young before he totally fucked everything up.
Yeah, and he just like talks to the girl. Next time it cuts back, they're making out or whatever. Ben Stein, of course, got a clip out of that from when I talk about Europe. Yeah.
Anyone?
And all around awesome. I'm gonna watch all the John Hughes movies. Holy crap, he lives up to the hype. The framing, oh my god, we're moving on. I'm gonna keep going. All right, I'm throwing something else in private chat.
Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. Sorry.
All right. Oh wait, do you have to leave, Price? Oh, he's muted. Okay.
Yeah, it's got family.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, what if I told you David Fincher directed an Xbox ad?
Oh, I think Rat's gonna like this.
It's interesting. It's all about the rat race.
Oh boy.
Roll the clip. I'm not sure how it's gonna sell Xboxes, or it's like Xbox and Samsung are teaming up. Actually, I don't even think there's any dialogue.
Oh, Gooch will love it.
It's like the last episode of Secret Level. Oh, they're playing Xbox on their phone.
Injured.
Oh. He should start investing in crypto so he can stop being a wage slave.
Oh. You should get a YouTube channel and start saying dumb shit on the internet.
Kathleen Kennedy is fired.
They're gonna reshoot Snow White and do it the correct way this time.
Oh, wait, the real
so, like,
people.
are the humans the ones playing the game? That's where they're gonna say, "Get out of the rat race, become a human."
I think you got like 80% of how they put it. Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, come alive.
So you know how we call them Xbox?
Wake up the human inside. Yeah.
Xbox, Samsung. Play Xbox with Samsung OLED though.
Yeah.
So now since they got like the cloud gaming-ish thing where you can like play Xbox on your phone. I think your Samsung Smart TV is basically gonna have an Xbox with that
Fire Stick. You can stream. Yeah.
Now normal like Google Stadia, retarded. But having it to where basically an Xbox is built into your TV, honestly, that's probably where consoles are going to... We joke that consoles are going to turn into PCs eventually, and they're not going to be consoles. No, consoles are eventually going to probably turn into televisions.
Yeah, which they already kind of did with Xbox. That was the big one of the Xbox One. It was everything instead of a gaming system, but it's going to be that eventually.
Yeah, Xbox Connect Spy device. I mean, fun device. A fun device that can watch you at all times in your living room and map your entire house. Batman style. Yeah, exactly. But that's like, instead of turning into like towers or whatever, like the Xbox Series X, they're probably just going to put them into TVs. I mean, at a certain point. But yeah, so we call Xbox enjoyers Xbots, and now they're saying, no, we're the real humans.
Price? My Fire Stick is just telling me to get a controller. You got to get out of here.
Netflix really wants me to play Netflix games on it. Price, tell them where they can subscribe to you.
If you feel like it, Price of Reason Live.
No. It is mandatory that you do what Price tells you.
Mandatory.
Go ahead, Price.
Price of Reason Live is a good one. Because that one is one that most people don't know about. So if people feel like only doing one, then Price of Reason Live. If you're in a festive mood and you want to subscribe to two of them, then Price of Reason, the regular one, the main one, and then Price of Reason Live. But I'm okay either or. One of them is more like regular videos edited and stuff like that. The other one is more like live streams.
Also, if you're Quantum Leap enjoyer, they go through every episode.
Yes, every episode on Thursdays you have like a Quantum Leap stream for Quantum Leap connoisseurs, but there's also other stuff like streams, like you said, even politics, things like that. A lot of interesting things go on the live one.
But now he has to leave us to go play some Black community games, as well as some transgender and non-binary community games. Thank you, Microsoft. Price, what non-binary game are you about to go play? Battlefield 2042. Wait, sorry, I slandered Price. He's not going to go play transgender non-binary community games. But holy crap, am I sick and tired of my? I really want my Fire Stick and others to stop with the like gay months and whatnot, because they always like to put it right at the top, and it's just like, all right, Price, absolute pleasure. Enjoy your transgender games. I mean, you're fan.
All right, man. I'll see you later. I'll see you next week.
Next week, buddy.
Yep. All right. Bye.
All right. So those are my last couple. We're actually probably going to go ahead and get out of here as well. But yeah, real quick, Pirate Nation pointing out from Microsoft Community Selections featuring creators, leads, character creation options, and experiences. And we look at Black community games. Man. It's not Black community. It's Moratorium.
South of Midnight, Sweet Baby Inc.
Half of a Moratorium.
Flintlock, Sweet Baby Inc.
Moratorium.
Forspoken, Sweet Baby Inc.
No. That was Black Girl Gamers. Was Forspoken.
Oh, sorry. And I think Compulsion Gamers. Yeah, this Danny Lalanders was in both of them at one point, so it still counts.
Starfield is Bethesda, which is like Microsoft
Bethesda
now.
Which is DEI
department.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Obviously. Interesting. And then let's see. And then
Starfield is so boring. The modders have even. Oh, fuck off!
Yeah.
Why is Battlefield on there?
Because one of them I think is like non-binary, one of the operators or something. One of them I think is an old
purge is.
It's like an old black woman or something. Yeah, this is what I hate the most is when they. Oh, we've got this month here. Check these out. Oh, look, we're Hulu. We have black shows for you. Where can I have white shows? Is that give me my white show section then, please, and then I'll be fine with this. My stance is the only people who should be doing sort of like Pornhub. If Pornhub wants to change its logo to all trans and have its own little like trans and non-binary section, okay, that sounds appropriate. All other companies, fucking stop it.
Now, even that I don't want. I'm not trying to log on to Pornhub to see some actual woman.
Exactly. Exactly. And that would not go over very well, I imagine, with our customer base.
Don't you try.
But still,
he was one of them 2.0 women.
We talk about where it's like there's an appropriate place for those things. Like, degenerate website is an acceptable place for that. Not Microsoft, one of the biggest companies and like at least biggest tech companies in the world. Yeah. And tomorrow on our pre-F&T, I watched How to Train Your Dragon, and I exceedingly enjoyed it. Holy crap. So much good things to say.
If the live action is beat for beat, which is apparently what it is, if it's going to make a bunch, because it's going to introduce a whole new bunch of fuckers, but live action to that.
I assumed it was going to make good money, but then like I see the movie, and then that was after seeing things like this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're doing it, dude. Because it's gonna get everyone to go to that fucking park.
Disney should be scared. And yeah, we have many various pictures to show off of reasons for them to be scared. And what the hell? How to Train Your Dragon was so good. I am actually interested in seeing the live action.
He must be going to the Vegas meetup then, unless he's on vacation.
I think that might be what he's doing. I forget. Yeah, it was. He's on. Oh no, they don't go on vacation. They go on holiday.
Maybe I'll actually fucking meet him. That'll be fun.
Oh, hey, yeah, that would be good.
Good shit.
Also, Intel CPUs are actually dying all by themselves, and the company is in trouble financially. Yes, I will not be getting Intel chips. That is for sure. Badger, anything you want to plug?
Tonight, I will be on the Dualies. So shout out to Hold My DualShock.
Let's go.
That's at 4:30 avocado time.
Oh, yes. Of course. And I will be working on my ABF Pedro Pascal clips of replacing Pedro Pascal and everything with ABF, which is great because that gives me a chance to continue procrastinating on finally filming my current Rambo video. So, procrastination! And for those who might have missed the intro, we have a new outro thanks to Grift Week and Erwin's boss's absolute, just insane levels of generosity. We now have a Sydney Sweeney outro for you. Appreciate you, chat.
Deuces.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma